Warning, this podcast contains graphic language. What's happening, mate? Tell what's going on out there in the manosphere. You are right here at KDR Podcast, one of the craziest podcasts there is in my mind on earth. I'm right here in the Pacific Northwest, podcasting it up all across the world, you name it. You name it, from Europe to Africa to all kinds of stuff, believe it or not, South America, Canada. I'm here. Just one man on the mic, rambling shit and stuff like that. And tonight's topic, I'm going to talk about a little bit of economics and what the fuck is taking place or not taking place. All I'm trying to do is just connect the dots. That's it. Just connect the dots. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, before, if this is your first time here, listen, this is a fucking shit show, okay? It's like when you fuck a skank in the ass, and it's nothing but shit and blood. That's what it is. It's a shitty, bloody mess in this podcast. I'm just trying to comprehend stuff. But did you hear something funny in the environment? I hear something. Do you hear that? Do you hear that sound? You hear that? Out here in the Pacific Northwest, it's thundering. Can you hear that? I hear it. I hope you hear it too. No further ado, the entry's on. Let's do this bad boy. Welcome to the shit show. Yes, a fucking shit show.
Yeah, the ladies want you coming. You've been thunderstruck.
All right, boy. Let's settle down here. I got triggered. Listen, I took my nephew to see Mario Bros tonight. Yeah. So I took him to see, he's 8 years old. So I took him to see Mario Bros. And before I get to the nitty gritty of shit that's happening. So the movie was pretty well produced. It wasn't all this nonsense and bullshit, woke shit. It was like, I watched the movie, right? and my nephew having a good time and shit like that. He's eating popcorn, pizza, hot dog, shit that I don't eat, right? And I'm looking at this movie, right, Mario Brothers, and it reflected on me and down on me, my youth, right? I'm like a 80s, 90s child, you know. I'm between the millennial and Gen X. And then I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool shit, you know? And all the character was there. It was well put together, you know. It was well put together. You got the Mario Bros with the Mario Karts and stuff like that. You know those games was back in those days and shit like that. And it was if you have a nephew, son, daughter, someone in your family circle, they a child, and you yourself, sometimes you want to see childish thing to keep away from this insanity that's going on in the world. I recommend the movie. I really did. I went out there tonight and checked that out and stuff like that, and it was pretty cool. It wasn't none of this nonsense and bullshit with the woke and stuff like that. Pretty cool flick, you know. And talking about pretty cool flick, I had to pay arm and a leg for that shit. $25 on a matinee for a child ticket and an adult ticket. And between the food and beverages and shit like that, that was another 30 something dollars just for one evening at the AMC theaters, which I don't mind it. I own AMC stock, so it's money well spent in my point of view. You know, in my point of view, that's how I say this thing. You know, we gotta keep these movie theater going and stuff like that. But now on the topic at hand that I want to discuss and shit like that. Listen, gentlemen, this shit's not looking cute. It's not looking. It's not funny. What's been taking place in this last so-called 12 years and stuff like that. And I'm trying to understand every angle how this shit's gonna play out, especially when it comes down to the government and the Federal Reserve and these private banks and private sectors and shit like that, because they are all in debt. They are in debt and they're not even paying their own debt. All right? This is not funny. This is not funny, gentlemen. I want to play you some by articles because it's better to, you know, in the philosophy of MGTOW years ago, we used to say the terminology, the future between man and machine, right? So guess what? The future is going to be man and machine, regardless of what you think of. I'm just a little bit ahead of my times and shit like that, you know? So I'd rather play you a soundbite here, and then I can put this in perspective. Just bear with me. I'm not economics, you know? I don't have no clue, no iota what's taking place behind back doors, but I have an idea. I have an idea because I'm not a newbie. I remember 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011 vividly. Especially back then, I had small children and shit like that. And more than ever, people are in debt to the eyeballs. To the eyeballs. Ah, shit. Since I'm talking about debt, have you fellas listened to or heard about this company called BlackRock? BlackRock is supposed to be one of the largest. They do all kinds of shit. Financial institution. Yeah, that's the word I'm trying to. One of the biggest financial institution in the United States or globally, right? Globally. Well, guess what? They default on a loan out there in Finland over real estate. Over 500 something $million, something like that. I'm gonna play the article, and then I'm gonna put this in perspective, okay? So just bear with me. This is BlackRock. They own all kinds of real estate. Not only real estate, they own all kinds of business. They manage, own, and all kinds of stuff out there. They do. And just bear with me because this thing's about to get very interesting. Very fucking interesting between now and this next 6 months. Very fucking interesting. So let me play you this article here. You know, I got this saying, if when the economy goes down, guess what? Everybody is gonna go down with it. All these people out there, all these leftists, maniacs, right wingers, all these shenanigans and stuff like that. That shit's gonna end up once the money stop and it hurt the pockets. Everybody gonna have to go line up and do something and have some kind of common sense what is taking place. But obviously, some people, they just wait till the last minute and shit like that, and they don't see what's coming. What the tidal wave is about to come out here. Me myself, to be honest, I'm just like, I'm not 100% prepared what is about to take place, but something's taking place. You know, when you're dealing with the government, banksters, and tricksters, and stock markers, and shit like that, it's all a kabuki theater. It's all crazy shit. So let me play you a soundbite here. Just bear with me. Just bear with me, gentlemen. I'm dealing with cheap ass equipment out here. What the headline is it? Okay. Blackstone defaulted on $56.5 million on real estate bonds. Bonds, okay? Real estate. And this is not on United States. This is not in United States. This is out there in Finland, out there. In Finland. The real estate commercial market hasn't kicked ass yet, but it's coming. It's coming. So if you bear with me, gentlemen, I will give shout outs and shit like that. I'm gonna play you this, and I'm gonna put my own analysis. My own analysis. I'm not economics. I don't give you financial advice, but when something smells like shit, guess what? It's not flowers. It's not pineapples. It's not honeydew. It's shit. When something smells like shit, it's shit. It's like saying like this. Listen. It's like these people that try to sell a turd wrapped up in aluminum foil and trying to sell you a diamond. Yes. A turd wrapped up in aluminum foil, say, here's a diamond. Buy this diamond full of shit. All right. Let me, just bear with me. Oh, here, let's see. All this shit went hand. Unbelievable, man. What the fuck happened just here? Let me go back. Let's see this time we work or not work, or what the fuck happened here. Let me do this here. Unbelievable. See, that's the problem. When you do the live stream, you don't have this thing set up and everything. Now the device is not working. Let me go here. Okay, that don't work. Let me go here again. For heaven's sake. Can you work properly, for heaven's sake? Unbelievable. Let's see if this time will work. And we'll play the audio. What's so much fucking commercials and shit? You know what? They're trying to block this shit. That's what they're trying to do. Okay. Okay, it should work now. So just bear with me. Go here. Come on. This motherfucker. There we go. Okay. So let's play this.
Blackstone defaults on a 506.
Oh, let me play this here real quick. Let me turn down the volume. So that, and this the article took place last week. March, a couple of weeks ago. March 20 something. Let me see.
$62.50 real estate bond payment. Blackstone defaults on a $562.50 real estate bond payment. Sponder's portfolio includes office, retail, and logistics properties. In 2018, Blackstone acquired Sponder. Despite the acquisition, Sponder operated as an independent company within the Blackstone portfolio, with its operations and management remaining largely unchanged. Blackstone defaults on a $562.50 real estate bond payment. Blackstone Inc. is a leading asset management giant and a prolific real estate investor. The company has now defaulted on a $562.5 million bond backed by a portfolio of offices and stores owned by the Finnish company Sponderhoy. The default occurred as rising interest rates hit European property values. Blackstone had asked the bondholders for more time to pay back the debt, but they said no. As a response to that, private equity company shares decreased by 1.6%. Commercial break scroll to continue reading. Sponderhoy is a Finnish real estate investment company that focuses on owning, leasing, and developing commercial properties in prime locations in Helsinki and other big Finnish cities. The company was founded in 2000 and has been listed on the Helsinki Stock Exchange since 2006. Sponder's portfolio includes office, retail, and logistics properties. In 2018, Blackstone acquired Sponder. Despite the acquisition, Sponder operated as an independent company within the Blackstone portfolio, with its operations and management remaining largely unchanged. Sponder Blackstone relationship. An announcement was made in 2017 that Sponder would enter into an agreement to sell all of its shares to a fund managed by the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock. The deal was valued at approximately $1.9 billion and was one of the largest real estate transactions in the Nordic region at the time. Under the terms of the agreement, BlackRock acquired all of Sponder's outstanding shares and assumed control of the company's property portfolio. The purchase was part of BlackRock's plan to grow its ability to invest in real estate in Europe and to get a bigger share of the Nordic market. The deal also showed that there is a growing need for good commercial property in the area, especially in Finland. In a statement sent via email on Thursday, Blackstone stated that a minor fraction of the Sponder portfolio is affected by this debt. We regret that the service provider did not move further with our proposal. We still have complete faith in the Sponder portfolio and its management team, added the company. Blackstone's $71 billion unlisted real estate income trust, Bright, which also defaulted, has run into trouble. Bright recently disclosed that it had to restrict withdrawals for the fourth consecutive month, demonstrating that the corporation still has difficulties in the current market. Watch Why and Live Here. You can now write for wirenews.com and be a part of the community.
That's what, Blackstone, BlackRock is an international. And that took place in Finland. They can't even pay the debt of 500 something millions, all right? On Finland, right? Due to the fact that bonds, if you don't know, you have to take years to get your money back, to appreciate, or, I forgot the terminology. That's only out there in Finland. I read another article. They asking the government of Kenya in Africa for their money worth like $100 and something million and shit like that. That's only out there in Finland. Watch what's going to develop in the United States with the real estate commercial about to go hell in a handbasket. And BlackRock owns a lot of this shit. They own a lot of this shit. How this shit's gonna play out, I don't have one clue. Like I said previously, this shit stinks to high heaven. If they cannot pay the debt out there feeling, what make you think they're gonna pay the debt with all this commercial real estate, all this property they bought out there, Black Rock and shit in the United States? It's done, son. It's done. In my point of view, see, the question I'm asking in my head, are they going to bail them out? Is the government going to print out more money? If the Federal Reserve going to print out more money to bail out BlackRock? Because the biggest bailout, and nobody knows this, but I listen to real economic folks out there, it happened last month when they bailed out Silicon Valley Bank. And you understand that Silicon Valley Bank, the depositors, is not your average motherfucker out there. No. They have big time companies out there like Roku. They had these billions of dollars. Your average depositor for Silicon Valley, it was $1 million and more. Gentlemen, this shit is about to go globally. Globally. It's going to be an economic crisis on a global scale that we haven't witnessed before. It's scary shit. And you think for a second that the bank runs that happened with Silicon Valley, Signature Bank, and all these banks has stopped? No. It's just a pause. It's just a pause. Just wait till the summer. All hell's gonna break loose. All hell's gonna break loose this summer. When OPEC say, you know what? We're gonna cut production 1 million barrels a day. Either they need the money really bad or they know what they're doing. Everybody's in debt. All these countries, they're in debt. All of them. All of them, from Japan, you name it, they're on debt. The euro, debt to the eyeballs. Out there, Bayman, Australia, your country's fucking dead as shit. How are they gonna pay this debt? Who knows? I don't have one iota. I don't have one understanding, but all I know that the more debt you in, the more you fuck. Fuck in the United States. This motherfucking, I do not know how this debt is gonna get solved. You know, the Federal Reserve, when they did the bailout with this bank that I mentioned previously, all these quantitative tighten, they went back to the same shit. They tighten, but they print out money. Now they're back again. Inflation's gonna kick over again. It's a whole fucking, the system is fucked. It's fucked. The whole system is fucked. I don't I don't I don't see no way out of this shit. I really don't. The way I'm trying to look at it, right? And I'm not this hyperbolic type of person that's like, okay, um, and you see a lot of countries doing different moves, right? Where they converting their own currency and shit like that. You know, I get it. If countries they want to exchange good and services for their own denomination of currency, I get it. I thought that the dollar has had another 10 years. Now I think less of it. Maybe five, and that's it. If that. If that. If that. And of course, I'm not an expert of nothing. I'm just trying to correlate the situation that these fucking assholes between the government and the Federal Reserve and printing out this. I said it. Listen, I said it 3 years ago when the COVID bullshit started. I was like, do you think this actually is about health? No, 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 no. This is not about health. This is all about financial. And at the end of the day, we want to pay the piper. I said this shit from day one. From day one. After the propaganda of 3 months, I came to realize, you know what? When they shut everything down and stuff, you can get a haircut, you can go to the salon, you can go to out there and shit. And I see business shutting down and stuff in my local city and stuff like that. I'm like, they ain't got to do shit with no fucking health. This is all about money, economics. And here we are. Here we are, gentlemen. Here we fucking are. I remember when I put in this live stream, and I remember AP 530 after like a month or something like that. I asked him, "Do you think this is bullshit? Or this is real?" And AP 530 said, "This is bullshit." And then it just dawned on me, it's bullshit. But then I have to come and realize what is the bullshit was all about. And the bullshit was about money. That's it. And it told folks, don't go outside. Don't get your hair cut. Don't do that. Meanwhile, the leftists are burning the whole city of Seattle out there and shit like that. When I saw thousands and thousands of people burning shit down from every fucking city, and none of these motherfuckers got killed or hurt by the virus, I say, you know what? This shit is nonsense. And then I realized, you know what? The next thing is about money. And you know what? They start printing out money, start giving out checks, which in my lifetime, I never got a check from the government for no reason, but I did. And I thought to myself, you know what? There's going to be some inflation here. I know a little bit of economics, but I'm not too knowledgeable about it, but I understand a few things, how an engine's supposed to run. You know? I don't know, to be honest, how the Federal Reserve, matter of fact, I was reading an article very disturbing that the Federal Reserve is a bank, okay? It's a bank. A Federal Reserve is a bank. And they're operating on losses as we speak. They're operating on losses as we speak. And the government, they don't want to do nothing about it but to ask the Federal Reserve Give me this, and then we can do this deal and shit like that, right? But meanwhile, the government, they don't want to cut down programs. They don't want to cut nothing down. They want to keep these social programs going from every aspect. Now, and I'm not talking about social program with like welfare and shit like that. That's small potatoes. Welfare, according to the budget of the government, is small potatoes. It's like probably like 5% and shit like that. You got a lot of welfare. You got farmer welfare. You got the industrial complex, military complex welfare. It's a welfare. You got the sugar industry welfare. You got the milk industry welfare. You got all kinds of, all kinds of shit welfare that is produced by the government and stuff like that. Incentivized by the government. Not only that, the government workers who pay for that shit, the taxpayer. And talking about taxpayer, man, I was so fucking freaked out today. I went out there and check out my taxes because I waited so fucking long. But I'm like, I gotta do this tax shit tomorrow. So tomorrow I have to meet the fucking devil and try to figure this shit out. Yeah, tax season. I waited. And I don't go to these nonsense bullshit H&R Block. And no, I can't do that. I want my shit to be accountable, and I don't want to pay a goddamn fucking shit. Because I don't have children that are small, their children are grown and stuff like that. That, at the end of the day, with all this shit, all this battle and shit, with his banks and stuff like that, you're going to pay for it. The taxpayer, you motherfuckers. You going to pay for this shit. Especially if you don't have children at home and marry and stuff like that. They will fucking tax your shit. You better get somebody who knows about their shit. Unbelievable. I talked to one of these tax dude that I did my taxes previously. And just to file my fucking taxes, he's talking about $600. I'm like, $600? Jesus Christ, come on, man. Are you serious? $600? Last year was $300. You went from $300 to $600 now? Come on, man. So I need to find an alternative. I need to find somebody else, I guess. That's capitalism. It's capitalism, man. Gentlemen, I wish I have the answers for the problem of money printing, what the government did, the Federal Reserve did, and all this cheap money for the last 15 years, 12 years since 2009 and shit like that. I don't see no solution into this. No solution. I don't see any solution. I really don't. He used a bunch of identities trying to play game, and I think the game is up. I think the game is up, and I don't know what kind of new fucking trick they're gonna come about, but it's not gonna work anymore. It's not gonna work anymore, man. We all gonna have to pay we all gonna have to pay this price. To be real. Inflation is here to stay. For how long? I don't have one clue. It's here to stay. it's a fucked up situation. And I don't trust anything. I don't trust anything. All I do is just put my chip what I think that it can hold value. Meaning I buy Bitcoin, silver, stocks, this, that, hold my own cash. Now I'm just like, I'm more freaked out now that I'm not. I'm taking my savings account. Just might as well put it in, just take it out and put it on my hand. Out here, because you don't know how this bank run is gonna happen. When it happens, it's gonna be really fast and really quick. And by the time you go to the bank, your money's gonna be gone. You gotta be with it with this shit, man. Whatever little you got, it doesn't matter if you got $100, $1,500, $20,000, $75,000, $100,000, whatever, man. And you work for it, and that's your shit. Do whatever possible to get it away from the fucking system. Real shit. It's serious. It's a serious situation. What is going to take place? It has developed for the last 3 years. And the time is here. It has developed from the last 3 years on a global scale. There's no more global economy. No, there's no global economy anymore. It's going to be each country on their own. Too much debt. Too much debt, man. People just went crazy. You know, I remember, true story, before the 2008 financial crisis. And I remember this vividly. And I was a young man, and I tried to buy a home and stuff like that. Trying to buy a home for myself, and you know, I never been married, but I have children and stuff. But I try to buy a home, right? And the first thing they asked me, do you have 10% down on a mortgage? I'm like, what? So back then, a brand new home, it used to be like $100,000. I'm like, no, it was collateral. Like, no, I don't have that. They're like, oh, you got a good credit score and stuff like that, but you have to have collateral. You got to have something down. After 2008, zero, nothing. Yeah, what? Come over here. Hey, dude, you go over here, buy this shit. Go buy this shit. Whatever. You pay. Buy now, pay later. And shit. I remember once upon a time, it was like 10%. You got to put 10% of whatever you had. After that, after 2008 and shit, in my humble opinion, after 2008, 2009, 2010, the country went down a hell in a basket. We got into the economy and shit like that. My humble opinion. And like I said previously, I don't know shit about nothing. I don't know how these system work, but I know one thing. I know how to balance my fucking checking account. I know my spending. I know my investment. I know what can I produce and be sustainable for myself and others and stuff like that. I get it, but they don't run this stuff like that. The government and all these identities, they don't know how to do that. It's about debt, buy here, then later, and stuff like that, and so on and so forth, and shit like that. Listen. When you look at the numbers, in all these banks, because the problem is that the government tell these banks and the Federal Reserve tell these banks that you have to have this amount or investment for this long at this price. Now, it was great for the bond to be 1%, right? It was great. The banks can make the money and the shit like that. So now, the Federal Reserve have tightened. So guess what? Those bonds are supposed to mature at 30 years, they're worthless. Because there's no longer 1%. It's 5%, 3%, or 4% and shit like that. And they are losing money because that's what the banks do. They take your money and they put it somewhere else. And they do woogie boogie shit. And they play with your money. That's what they do. It's a fucking trickster shit. Well, gentlemen, I want to keep this very pithy tonight. I had a good time with my nephew watching Mario Bros and stuff like that, and a grown man and stuff. But anyway, I'm about to smoke a bowl of the Chronicle. You know, to put this in perspective, if you don't have children, if you're a MGTOW, you don't have children, if you have family member, you have a niece, you have a cousin, you have a whatever, and you're a single man, and you childless, take your family member, child, and take them to the movie theaters and spend some time and stuff like that, you know? Do that. If your family's still around you and stuff like that, you know? Because I know family members are challenging and stuff like that, but if you know somebody, you know, your sister, your niece, your cousin, whatever, just take your motherfucker out there to the movie theaters and have fun with it. It's like having a puppy or a dog, right? And you walk the dog and you bring it to the owner. Yeah, I took him for a walk. Here you go. That's yours. And I go my way. You know, if you have family members that got children and shit like that, take them out. You like you uncle so and so, and you childless and stuff like that. And you got a sister who got children, or you got whatever. Your brother got children. Take them out. What the fuck, right? Take them out, have a good time, and stuff like that. You know, that's my best suggestion that I can give to the men who are childless. Take them out, feed them. Put them out there, go out there and having eat junk food and stuff like that, you know. And you're going to feel better. Real shit. That is my best suggestion. Now, if you like on your own, well, you can also have an alternative. I mean, you can become like a big brother and take children out and do something. Take a boy out and to the movie theater and stuff like that. You can be a big brother, and I think that'd be good for those men who don't have anyone in their life. Become a big brother and just take a child out to the movie theaters. The child, especially if it's a male, probably appreciate it, and he's gonna remember you for the rest of his life. Let's say, hypothetical speaking, you're a big brother and some skank ass bitch out there left their son with the grandma and shit like that. You become a big brother. It's like, hey, I want to take him to the movie theaters and stuff like that and bring him back. Hey, you're going to be a better man, and this child's going to remember you for the rest of your life, for the rest of his life. But anyway, I'm about to smoke some weed. I want to end up the podcast like this. I don't think I want to keep this one up because due to the fact that Cock 2, I play the AC/DC song, so it's a violation. Everything's a violation with Cock 2. I'm going to shut this bad boy up. But if you was here, I appreciate you very much. I really do. I appreciate you hanging out with me and me just expressing myself and you guys listening to me and writing comments and shit like that. I really appreciate you fellas. I really do. But I always say, gentlemen, peace. Stay MGTOW. I catch you next podcast, live stream or video, and let the universe be with you. I'm out.